Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is time for Coffee Ann on ON Radio on this Friday morning. It's a lovely Friday morning. It's November 17th. Now that the fog is all burned away. Did you see the fog this morning, Melissa?
No, I just.
Oh, it was lovely.
No. It takes it. I'm 0.3 miles away, so there was like a little remnant of fog down at the end of Vaux Street, but that's it.
We're gonna have to call Melissa like at around 5, Dave, and say, "Hey,
A.M.?
get up and look at the fog." And you go, "Yeah, we have fog out there." All right, so that's Melissa Murray. Good morning to you, Melissa.
Good morning, everyone.
Dave Richards is here as well. Good morning to you there, Dave.
Hi.
And as we begin, you can call in your comments and questions at 766-1240.
You know, it's Al Snape today.
It's Al Snape Day?
Al Snape Day today on Coffee Ann.
That's right. Al's a friend of
It's
ours.
his birthday.
It's his birthday.
Happy birthday,
It's
Al.
Kickin' Al Snape from Kicks 106.
We've known Al for
Oh, long time.
over 30 years,
Yeah,
I guess. That's right. Funny
Longer than 30 years for me.
funny story about Al. There was a girl I knew in college, Melissa, and she actually worked here for a little while as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought her and I were going to get together. And she said, she said, "Joe, I got to talk to you." Oh, great! This is where it's going to start. And she goes, "Can you introduce me to Al?" No, great. And now they're married.
And like a chump.
Yeah,
He
and I
said,
did.
"Yeah,
I said,
okay."
"Sure, let me go meet Al." And now they have 3 kids, and they have a grandchild on the way.
That's right.
Yep.
So congratulations to
All's
Debbie
well
and
that
Al.
ends well.
There you go.
Them. No, I'm perfectly happy.
She didn't ask me to introduce her. to
No,
Al.
well, that's because you knew me a little better. We did have a note that was called in, 766-1240. We'll get this done because it's sports related. I know you guys don't really care about it. But the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, is out for the season. And the Browns are a
Is he
legitimate
available?
contender.
Is he available?
No, he's hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But that's where we're going with this. The Browns are searching for a quarterback, and no, they don't want Mac Jones.
No?
But the Tom Brady's name keeps getting picked up.
Oh, well, that's
Let's just
fantasy.
take him out of retirement.
Fantasy football. That's
I
his
know.
fantasy football.
And
You know-
he'll never do it. I know.
No.
But his name keeps coming up.
I know,
We
but
only
You
need-
can
we
only do that once.
We only need him for 8 games.
Do you know, I was told that you have to be certified to be an NFL player. You have to meet a certification bar. And heck, it's kind of like a driver's license, but it's not quite as complicated as all that.
Yeah.
But to be considered to be hired on an NFL team, you have to have papers. And Tom's turned his in and retired.
Well, maybe he can pull him back and go get retired and get reinstated.
He would have to be tested again.
I'm sure the Cleveland Browns will pay for that if he really wanted to do it. But I don't
Yeah.
see this. It is a long
Wishful
shot. I really don't
thinking.
see it coming up.
Wishful thinking.
People just keep throwing around. Well, Tom's just sitting around doing nothing.
I know, but then,
I'm sure he's just sitting
then he's
around
go-
doing nothing, right? Because
He's going to have to reconcile with Fox. Wasn't Fox the network?
Yeah, but he's not on yet. I haven't seen.
He's going to have to reconcile with them. If he
would.
goes and plays, then he's not going to be available to them.
I don't know if they're waiting for playoffs or the Super Bowl or what, or if they're just waiting to next year. But he hasn't done
Probably
any.
waiting for Terry Bradshaw
any
to pass away.
TV. He just sold all his land in Texas. Maybe he's going
Terry?
Terry, a big
Yeah.
huge ranch
Terry,
down there.
I,
so.
I know, yeah.
Anyway, so
The problem was that he's getting on in age and he couldn't
Yeah.
cut all the grass.
Well, yeah, it's a huge,
Keep up with the-
70 million acres down that he had or whatever.
I think it was only 7 million. So.
All right, back here,
Bigger than
closer-
Rhode Island.
closer to home. Anybody surprised?
Wait a
maybe,
minute
maybe
now. You know
what?
we've got a spot to do.
Oh, we do. I keep forgetting about that. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
And I
is
got
a sponsor.
and I also have to rib. I have to rib Melissa about something that's happening politically.
All right, we'll do the chamber first.
Yeah.
Can
Chamber
I do
first.
the chamber 1st? Okay, let me look it up, and it's right over here. Yes, it says here, where will you be on December 5th? I know where you and I will be, Joe and Melissa.
But now we do.
We'll be a celebrity bartender at Post 85 for charity. But it looks like right over here, that is the date of the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce Holiday Open House. We're going to have to miss it this year. But I've been there, and it is a party. Really a nice party. So register today. Call them up, 334-1000, and register for the holiday party. Everybody's there. Everybody's in a good mood. They're taking pictures. There's this, that, and the other thing going on. And so it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. And then, of course, we have new members for the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. I don't know. Did we mention all of these last week? Because there's a whole bunch of them. Yeah, I think we mentioned them last week, the new members in the Business Matters newsletter. And also, of course, Easy Entertaining Partners with a charity to increase food availability to people at the Amos House down in Providence. I mean, just go in here. This story on Rivers Edge Arts, providing youth with award-winning paid career training.
Wonderful
All this
organization.
neat stuff, yeah. It's all going on, and it's in your newsletter, which would be in your email box if you were a member. How do you become a member? Wait till 9 o'clock because they don't answer the phone before 9 o'clock because that's business hours. And call 334-1000, the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, where business matters.
We have our winners for the Autumn Fest Prize of Day calendar that's been sent to us early enough so we can get it on here, Coffee Inn.
Cool.
So for Friday, November 17th, our winner is Nate Levine from North Providence.
No kidding.
Nice.
Welcome, Nate.
Congratulations,
And thanks for
Nate.
supporting Autumn Fest.
He wins the Executive Auto Wash Platinum Car Washes, $25 gift card to Little General Stores, and $100 in cold hard cash donated by Garrett Manseri.
Very
What
nice.
a nice man.
And on Saturday, the 18th,
Yes.
our winner is
Lucille Gallant.
Lucille Gallant of Woonsocket. Yay, Lucille.
Good friend of ours.
Right. She wins
Used to be a neighbor?
Yes, she wins the Platinum Car Washes. She also wins the DRL Carpet 2-room carpet cleaning and a $100 gift card and a $25 gift card to River Falls Restaurant. Let's hope they honor it.
Oh, no. Of
they
course
have
they
to.
will. Of course they will. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's not even joke about that.
They have a sign
Well,
up, by the way, over there that
which
say,
is-
well, opening soon, by the way. And
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
under
new nice
owners.
little logo.
That's
Yep.
Yeah.
that's what we were referring to, folks.
Yeah.
You don't take us the wrong way. We're kind of being teasing and stuff like that. But we're talking with the new owners. John is a wonderful guy. He owns several restaurants down in South County, and he's
Yep.
hoping to bring his success to Woonsocket at the River Falls location. And I think he's got a wonderful property there.
Yes.
So we've always enjoyed River Falls. So we're looking very much forward to River Falls opening up very soon.
All right. So you wanted to rib Melissa about something, Dave?
I did, yeah. We like to tease our friends, and
It's a sign of affection.
yes, a statement from Chairwoman Liz Beretta Perrick.
Okay.
What is she running?
Well, you got to
She's in
understand,
charge of-
Joe McNamara used to head up the Democratic Party.
That's right. And
But
she
he
is.
says, okay, my time is over. I want to do something else.
All right.
So he chose Liz
Her,
Beretta
yeah.
Perrick. Told everybody he chose Liz Beretta Perrick. Now vote for her.
Uh-huh.
And then she got
And
voted
then
in.
she got in voted. Okay.
Well, it's a club, you know. The Democratic Party is a private club. This is not
that true,
an
Melissa?
elected thing. This is not.
I'm not a member of the state committee.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
this
right.
is not
No.
a government function. This is a private club of the Democratic Party in Rhode Island. Okay, we get all that and that stuff. So there's nothing wrong going on, but we kind of joke about that because it's like, okay, handpicked successor. Handpicked successor's first communication to ON News. Totally rhetoric. Statement from the chairwoman on the hypocrisy of the Rhode Island Republican Party.
So her first statement was a response to the Republican Party's response to her being elected.
A
The
response
first,
to the response to the
right?
response.
So she is the first woman to
Okay.
chair the.
Oh, who
right?
cares?
But
The
the
first
Rhode
person?
So the Rhode Island. So the Republican
Republicans.
Party, state party,
Yeah.
said, oh, right out of the gate said, oh, well, it's so great that the Democrats have caught up with us, and
'Cause
we've
we've had a
had,
woman.
they've had five.
Oh,
They've had
I
five.
didn't know that. Okay.
So
So it's not really like a big news thing. It's been
no,
done
it's just
before.
kind
Is
of
that what
like
they
an
were saying?
online,
But that's what the Republicans are saying. This isn't a big deal. We've already done it.
Well, no, their communication was like, okay, Democrats do better, kind of a thing.
I see.
So her first communication is in a response to a communication. That communication. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't read hers, so
What does she have to say?
What does
Dave?
she have to say?
Anything snarky or?
Well, the headline's snarky.
All right.
And why, you're looking for the entertainment value? I didn't
course.
read it. As soon as I saw that it was going to be all just more
Party
funny.
line
Yeah,
stuff.
just this general abuse of a competitor. I
Oh,
don't-
okay.
I would have ignored it if I were her, but I'm not.
Okay.
just said, okay, all right, that's fine. Let's get to work.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That's why you and I get along, Melissa. Because I'm looking at rhetoric and I'm saying, okay, rhetoric is part of society, but we don't have to publicize it. It's kind of
Yeah.
like pettiness.
Yeah.
Pettiness is not cool. It comes to people in high office.
Sometimes you can just write that email or write that,
Press release.
whatever, press release, and then just not send it. Sometimes it's just, cathartic to just write it.
It's funny. I've done that with email replies when somebody pushed my button. I wrote an email reply. I felt a whole lot
didn't
better,
send
and
it.
I did not send it.
And now
I've
we'll
done
have
that
to
many
wait it.
times. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually safer to do it in a Word doc and then copy and paste it to email just so you don't accidentally send it.
To a reply all.
No, that's definitely never reply all. Like, that is my pet peeve. Well, please don't reply all.
All right. Well, enough about politics because party politics, I've never been able to get my arms around it. I accept it like it's a reality, so I accept reality, but I ain't into it.
All right. Well, moving on to local politics.
What?
John Ward is our new Woonsocket city
I
council
heard-
president.
I heard that last night.
Now, you thought, Melissa, that there wouldn't be enough votes for anybody.
I didn't, from
And
what I
something
understood. But,
happened,
something must have happened. And at the end of the day, with everything going on, in Congress, like, do you really want to have this vote fail?
Yeah.
Next vote for
Keep trying
just
again,
fail,
and
then
again,
fail,
and
right?
again, yeah.
So, they obviously worked it out among themselves and came to a consensus where, instead of going to
Isn't that the way it's supposed to work?
absolutely, absolutely,
They're not always supposed to agree,
You
but they're
just-
supposed to be able to work
you
it
just
out like big
and,
boys
and
and
you
girls.
just need to be able to count, right? So
Yeah.
I know that there were several people that were interested, and from my understanding, nobody had more than 3 votes, and so now that it is a 6-member council because we have a vacancy because Council President Beauchamp is now Mayor Beauchamp, so that 3-3 would be a tie, and a tie vote fails. So you would absolutely need a majority, and you should have a majority in a vote like that.
You would expect.
So, 4 is a majority. I don't know how the vote came down.
Do you remember hearing, because Garrett gave us a little wrap-up of last night's meeting. Do you know what the vote tally was, Dave?
4-2.
It was
Okay.
4-2.
Right.
Okay, that's what I expected.
It said that Valerie was nominated. Well, she's vice president.
Stays
Yes.
vice president.
Right. But the fact is that she was vice president. The president was absent. So
Right.
she took over that meeting.
Right.
And so she was nominated.
Oh, okay.
And John Ward was nominated. John Ward got 4 votes.
Okay.
It didn't go through the whole thing of saying how many that Valerie got.
Okay.
And I
Well,
don't
once somebody
care.
gets 4
I don't
votes,
care either.
Doesn't
you
matter.
can't vote for 2 people. So,
Because, as everybody knows, I know them both. I consider them both friends, John and Valerie. And let's face it, John's got more time on his hands now that he's retired from the town of Lincoln as the finance director. And Valerie lives the life that I stand back in awe of how she accomplishes everything she accomplishes with her church work, with her personal life, and then her community work on top of council. So I didn't know how she'd do it, but that's really up to her. And if she wanted it, I want what my friends want for them,
Yeah.
and if my friend wants it, then I want it for them. And it's like that. So, but I'm rationalizing it now that perhaps that's really what it came down to. John, now being retired, has time to do it.
And the experience.
and
He
has
certainly does, because
experience,
he
yeah.
has been council president. In fact, the only time that he wasn't elected to council was because he had been the council president and was being blamed for all the rotten crap that was going on.
Which can happen.
Yes, exactly. It could happen again if
Yeah.
stuff goes wrong.
So our
Right.
congratulations to John Ward, the
Absolutely.
new Woonsocket City Council president, and their first public meeting will be, which Mondays will that be? Will that be this coming Monday? The 20th?
No.
No? Okay, so
No, I
27th?
think it's the 4th of December is
Oh,
their next
I
scheduled
think
meeting.
so.
meeting.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, they have lots of meetings,
I know, but the first one...
special meetings and stuff like that.
The first
Now,
one on
I
a
just-
Monday.
I just got it in. I think it was December 4th. I can look that up for you.
Okay.
Go to my news file folder, and it is next Monday,
So
20th.
the 20th. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So that'll be the first one that he'll be in charge.
Yep.
He'll-
And by
he
the way,
holds
the agenda
gavel.
for that meeting is already posted. It is a very lengthy agenda, but it is one that may, if there's no controversy on certain items, move smoothly.
Okay, move right
And
along.
knowing how John runs a meeting, not that the others did anything wrong, but John is he's got a
keep it on
pace
task.
that's a little faster than some other people who've been president.
That's how I like to run a meeting.
On task.
Me too.
Next,
yeah.
next.
Me
Yep.
too. In fact, when I run a meeting, I tell the board members, I say, okay, we expect to be out by 1:00. So this is it. Let's get to
smart.
work.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
everybody's engaged in that. Now, when it comes to
an
debate,
hour is good. I mean, not obviously for city council meeting or like
no,
a
not on an
finance
agenda
meeting.
like that. Can't be an hour.
Like yesterday, I think finance met, Senate Finance met last night. And we were 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So that's not long
it
for a
is.
finance
not?
meeting.
Oh, okay.
No.
They've
I
got-
haven't been in on one.
So we're the first ones to meet. We're the
Do you
first committee
want
to
to know
meet.
what they're planning on doing? The agenda was published. I got it right here in front of me.
Yeah.
They got the agenda for Board of License Commissioners. They've got a couple
Mm-hmm.
of 3 applications to look at for renewal of licenses, and like that. They got public comment, then approval, correction of the minutes, consent agenda, monthly bills, paid bills, all accounts, none. Other matters, none. Consent agenda, none.
All right.
Communication from the no, it's not none. It's just blank. Communications from the mayor, appointing Christine Chamberlain as the acting finance director. The city council wants to do that. They that's been the appointment. They want to act on it. Communications from the city solicitor, claims none. Other matters, none. Like I said, this could move.
Yep.
Although it's like 6 or 7 pages long, it could really move. And then they got communications reports. They're to receive the reports. They look at them. They don't have to discuss them if they don't want to. Cass Park Recreation Complex report with gravel removal from Public Works and drainage easements and stuff like that. It's all just regular stuff. Receiving a monthly report from Public Safety, from the Planning Department, Personnel Department, Human Services, no report. City Clerk, no report. Library, no. You see? So this meeting could move very nicely, but it does get into some of the stuff that someone might have something to say. There's 4 things that they voted on the last time. They have to vote a second time on. For instance, the utility building complex on Roy Avenue. And then the administration, there's Chapter 2 entitled Administration for Personnel Notification, Tax Stabilization Program for the Supermarket Development. See that point? Okay, and financial reports and stuff like that. And then a couple of people have asked to speak on the things. And there's a bunch of new business things, a lot of cancellation of certain taxes, which they many times lump together.
Yeah, that's routine.
But the things that could take a little bit of time, you got a request from Public Works Director Steve D'Agostino to talk to the council regarding the Director of Public Works, Department of Public Works. One could read into that. Enterprise Fund Finance Administrator, Cass Park Athletic Complex, Wastewater Facility, and Water Department. And then Councilman Ward is on the agenda, but he had to have asked to get on the agenda before the
Vote.
yeah.
Yes.
Wait a minute. No, it was a 4:00 meeting, so it might have been before the thing was put out. So there you have it. Lots of different things like that. And there you go. What's next for the city council is one of the things that Councilman Ward or President Ward could be talking about. And then it's adjournment.
All right, we got
No
to take
reports from committees.
Oh, great. Time to take a break here at the Coffee and program. We're a little over time right now, but Dave, it's time
did
for
I
a
gab too much?
Oh, not you, Dave. Time for a second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
I try to make a contribution.
Well, it's appreciated.
334-1000 telephone number for Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. We gave you an extra long message in the beginning. Just remember, 334-1000.
All right, more coming your way. Stay tuned.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger. something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
Hi, Romeo Berthiaume here, and as chair of this year's Milk Fund Auction Committee, I'm appealing to the generosity of our listeners once again this year. The Milk Fund Auction depends on your support to achieve success. Won't you consider making a donation such as a small appliance, a gift basket, a small toy, or a gift card to this year's auction? You can help by dropping off your donations here at our 985 Park Avenue studios during normal business hours, Monday through Friday. You can also send your tax-deductible checks made out to Milk Fund Incorporated specifying the words "for auction" on the memo line by mailing them to ON Radio at 985 Park Avenue, Woonsocket, Rhode Island 02895. These cash donations will enable us to purchase the ever-popular gift cards that are always an auction sellout each day. This year's live auction begins on Friday, November 24th.
We're always here for you. ON Radio.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
We're local and live at 99.5 FM.
It is Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray. That'd be Dave Richards.
Okay.
Rich Elaine has joined us from Post 85. Good morning to you, Rich.
Good morning. Good morning.
Nice to have Rich here with us on Fridays on the Coffee and program. Taking a look at the front page of the Blackstone Valley Call-in Times. And, some people just, they never learn, And
Some people never learn. That is true.
Well, we have a registered sex offender in the city. He was convicted on child pornography charges last year. I don't know why he's out of prison, but he is anyway. So they
they let him out.
I guess. But I thought you'd
on
be in
parole.
But I thought they'd
Right,
be
he's
out
probably
for
on
While you're
parole.
on parole, you're not really free for everything.
Well, true.
Right.
But a detective and a probation officer go to do an unannounced check on him, and they arrive at his apartment. This is over on Reed Avenue. I was talking to Dave. Some of it sounds funny because the police show up with the probation officer, and they ask where is this guy we're looking for named Michael Pelletier, and his roommate says, "Hey, follow me." And he opens up the bedroom door to him, says he's sitting right there. Now he's sitting right there on his computer. Guess what he's looking at? Allegedly. And there he is trying to hit the delete button.
Uh-huh.
And not doing it fast enough.
Right.
And so they ask him, "So what you looking at?" And his response is, "The same stuff that got me in trouble last time."
Well,
Wow, talk about a confession.
And then they took.
I mean,
they
they
took
can
the
take-
laptop
they
and
can
they
take-
found.
of course they're going to
They took
take
the
it.
laptop and found that he was right.
Right.
That's
They can
right.
do like computer forensics and every keystroke, every search, everything. So you may as well just fess up.
How many tabs did he have open, Dave?
Well, according to Russ Oliver's story in the Call-in Times, it was, I believe, 86.
86.
And the browser was in
86.
incognito mode.
Well, of course it is.
So, in other words, it wasn't an accident.
No.
He
Yeah.
didn't end up in the wrong place 86
I
times.
just made
by
I
accident.
won one click, right?
If you
no,
go in
no.
incognito mode, you're trying to be there without being traced.
Seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence the name Incognito.
Yeah.
So it looks like now this guy doesn't have a roommate anymore because Mr. Pelletier will be spending some time down in Cranston with the others. And
Do they usually do
Don't
visits
learn.
like that, or you have to like miss a parole hearing? That's a question. This is a
it's
question
just
for Rich,
it's
right?
an unannounced compliance check.
Oh, okay. So that's just the thing that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can show up at any time
But folks know this when they're
paroled, I guess.
parole,
yeah.
right? Okay.
You meet with your probation officer and say,
Right.
we can show up at any time.
So I know you have to meet with the probation. I guess it would depend on
Yeah.
what, what the conditions were, right? So, well,
You would think under provisions of his probation that he wouldn't have access to a laptop. But I guess that's up to,
but
I
then
guess
what
that's
if
up to the
you're, what if
judge.
you're, right. What if you were, you got a job where you had to work remotely? What would, people do that all the time now. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't really, he could have done it on his phone.
Could have.
So-
You're right. So.
Well,
well,
okay.
But to circle back, some people just don't learn.
Well, it's a sickness.
It's like
that's what that is.
I got a cure for it.
Okay.
I know what your
Oh,
cure for
Rich.
is, Rich. Well, it's
But
like
seriously, that's a sickness. That's
Yep.
all I'm going to
Well,
say.
it's like the same the same thing happened in Taunton. The guy from Tiverton that was taken into custody earlier because he's been arrested twice in the summer where he was stealing the marital aids, for lack of a better term, from people's bedrooms. Well, he got caught again in an unusual breaking and entering case in Taunton,
Such a
trying to break
strange
into luxury apartments,
thing.
and which is odd. And his belt and zipper are undone. It's like, what do you want to go back to prison? Is that what? Is that what you're trying to? Is that the bottom line? Is that what you want? Because guess what? It's happening. So you got your wish.
Yep. That's a strange one.
It is. That one's they're very odd. So, all right. So on to something else, and Dave may have a few words on this one. Dave, this is about the wind farm they want to put in off Block Island. Now, Melissa, did that have to go through the state and you guys to get approval for this big, huge wind farm?
No, it's part of the National Democratic agenda. That some in our state are supporting.
Honestly, I probably if it needed funding, but
So work on the new wind farm off the coast of
it's
Point
part of a
Judith
larger project.
underway.
Yeah, there's different phases.
The cable began to be laid from the farm. 100 turbines will make up the farm. It's expected to generate 704 megawatts, can power more than 350,000 homes. The governor says it's part of the state's effort to achieve 100% renewable energy by 2033. Operations are on course to begin in late 2025. So,
And a lot of people even are opposed to the laying of the cables because it's so disruptive. I mean, you're talking about cables, you're talking about like massive, massive cables that have to go, underground. And so,
underwater.
yes, and underwater. Yeah. So a lot of folks are not too happy about that.
Well, Dave
But-
says that from his childhood days, it will ruin his view of Block Island from when he used to sit on the rocks, looking out over the Atlantic.
Well, yeah,
Probably
yeah,
still
I have
does.
I have a personal.
You have a favorite spot,
disappointment.
right?
Yeah, I have a personal disappointment that goes back to my earliest childhood memories down at East Matunic State Beach. Now it used to be Zeno's Beach back in the day, and in my adult life where I was less into the surf and stuff like that, and just quietly like to watch the boats go by over on the rocks. It's a nice bit of recreation that Denise and I both embrace. And of course, since as far back as I can remember, I've been looking out into the Atlantic south and seeing Block Island 14 miles away on a good day. On a clear day, you
Yeah.
can see
Right.
On a
Block
foggy day,
Island
you can't
14
see it.
miles away. Yeah, but now there's going to be all the blinking lights and the turbines and stuff like that because that's where they're going to put them.
Right in your viewing area.
Right in the viewing area, and I'll just have to shrug my shoulders and say, well, that's
That's
progress.
progress.
I can't see my childhood home anymore. They tore that down. So, that's just the way it is. I mean, Getchell Avenue is gone.
Right. Well, the street's still there.
The
but-
tower, the studio, and all the rest of that stuff, that all got torn down. But as you age, you have to surrender the things of youth. It was just so nice to be able to look out into the ocean like that.
See it. Yeah.
The odd sailboat going by, or fishing boat, and here and there, a pleasure craft, and there is the block. Yeah.
Well, now you get
And
to
you can see the
turbine.
bluffs from that angle because you
Yeah.
can see it from Carpenter's Beach or
Yeah.
Matunic. But
Which is
Matunic
this,
doesn't-
which
right.
is this basically the same stretch of coast,
Yep.
just to the west.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a break on the Coffee and program, and we did get a note called in, not so fast, on Tom Brady. The Browns have him on their list, and they have a good offensive line as opposed to the Patriots. So, okay, they may talk to him, but will he be the quarterback? I don't see it.
Everybody
It's a
would
long,
talk
it's a
to
long
him.
shot. That's right. All right, time for the weather forecast.
Remember, Tom Brady's success was a team success. He was great, but he had to have protection because even the great can be knocked down by a decent defense.
He says he's got decent offensive line there for protection, so
Well,
we'll
that's
see.
what the caller says.
All right, this weather forecast being brought to you by Compassion International.
A mixture of clouds and sun today with a high of 67 degrees. A breeze from the southwest could gust up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy skies, an overnight low of 54. Chance of showers early in the morning. A south wind that will gust up to 15 miles per hour, and a 30% chance of showers up to a tenth of an inch of rain overnight tonight. Saturday's weather, rain showers, snow showers, freezing rain, and sleet are all likely in the morning, with a chance of rain showers continuing till about 1 p.m. Patchy fog between 9 a.m. and noon, otherwise cloudy skies through mid-morning, then gradual clearing and a high near 55, a 70% chance of rain, and the winds from the north could gust over 26 miles per hour. Little or no snow accumulation or sleet accumulation is expected Saturday. Sunday's weather sunny with a high of 49. Monday, sunshine and 41. Tuesday, mostly cloudy and 46. Tuesday night, an 80% chance of rain. Wednesday, rain and significant wind with a high of 52. Wind gusts over 45 miles per hour are now predicted. The chance of rain on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, is 80%. Rain continues Wednesday night, but Thanksgiving Day looks sunny with a high of 39 and a breeze from the west.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, sunny skies and 52 degrees. Families in poverty are facing a global food crisis. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. If you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Woonsocket, and we've been in business since 1987. So you don't have to go out of town for an experienced advisor, or work with an advisor based in Boston, New York, or who knows where. Someone you'll probably never meet. We encourage our clients to come to our office and sit down with us as often as they like. Why? Because we like to do business the old-fashioned way. We want to get to know you on a more personal basis so that we're more attuned to your financial needs. So if you're interested in speaking with us for a free, no-obligation consultation to find out how we invest your money, call us, Paul or myself, at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Casey Kasem has unlocked the American Top 40 vaults and is replaying original shows from the 80s. This week, Casey takes you back to November 16, 1985. That's when Bryan Adams had a one-night love affair. Simple Minds were alive and kicking. John Cougar Mellencamp lived in a small town, and Tears for Fears fell head over heels. You'll hear those songs, all the top 40 hits, and the long-distance dedications from November 16th, 1985, right here on American Top 40, the 80s.
All right, folks, let's talk about Chan's here. Thanksgiving's coming up next week, and you know, Chan's is open on Thanksgiving evening. And of course, you can go and get some takeout and stuff like that, have it on Thanksgiving. Just imagine. I mean, who needs to have a big turkey drumstick in their hand on Thanksgiving Day? Do you really need that? Or would you rather have some pork fried rice and a big egg roll? A big egg roll. Just grab it in your hand, dip it in the duck sauce, and chew it right off the top there like that. Think about it for a minute. And then go to Chan's anyway. All right, Chan's is open 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And drop on by and say hi to Chan, to John. And, of course, you know he's there. It's interesting. Some places you go and you never see the owner. John's always there. It's really nice. Happy Thanksgiving from the House of Chan at 267 Main Street in Woonsocket.
Thanks, Dave. This portion of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper, of which Dave has the Valley Breeze in his
I'll switch
hot
gears
little hands
really
there.
fast. Here we go. All right. Well, I have in my hand the Cumberland Lincoln edition of the Valley Breeze newspapers for this week, and boy, we got some interesting things in here. First of all, as the lady at Kennedy Manor said, it's tick. It's a tick paper. Boy, I'm telling you. In fact, inside we have the holidays glossy insert with ads, and boy, you want to do some shopping all over the valley. The holiday insert is in there, of course, and they also have the insert sports and recreation for the area. Now let's talk about the front page here in the Cumberland Lincoln edition. The Cumberland school areas are shifting because of enrollments and the shifting populations in different neighborhoods in the town of Cumberland. Also, the schools overall in Cumberland see an increase in attendance. And of course, you got to have a little bit of controversy somewhere. There is in every community. And in Cumberland, the departed McCourt Middle School principal J.B. Gutierrez was paid a severance package of $34,004. Some people may have something to say about that, because that's in addition to the $24,009 he earned for his stint at the school since July 1st. Got to have a little controversy,
Sure.
right? In every community. There you go. You'll read about it in the Breeze. Turning our attention to the North Smithfield, Blackstone, and Woonsocket edition of the Breeze. Well, you know, the election's come and gone, and the Municipal Buildings Review Task Force in North Smithfield just said, "This don't word it," and they all quit at the last council meeting.
En masse.
Leaving it all in the council's laps. But then again, as elected officials, where do you suppose it ends anyway, right? Right in the council's laps. Read all about it with Bella Pelletier's story in The Breeze. She also writes a story from Woonsocket saying, Baldelli hunt gone, but can Woonsocket find common ground? I think we're doing a pretty good job. Let's see what Bella has to say in The Breeze. And a wonderful, heartwarming story on a dear friend of ours, Judy Boschman, and her Missy's Family Restaurant with their 16th annual Thanksgiving dinner. Full details in here as well. I haven't read it myself, but I don't know, did they get that last donation into the story? We'll have to read the story here in the Breeze and find
$1,000
out.
donation from Autumn Fest?
Yeah. $1,000 donation from Autumn Fest,
Thanks to
giving
Bob and
back to
Nancy
the
Phillips.
community. Oh,
Great.
They
yeah.
picked Missy's to have that donated to them. So.
Yep.
That's super duper super.
All right.
So that, and of course your holiday full glossy shopping guide for the holidays, and with holiday tips and recipes and everything else, all in the Valley Breeze, free where you shop every Thursday.
Very good there, Dave. Thank you. All right, Rich. Rich comes in on Fridays. Rich Lane from American Legion Post 85 to talk about the Bruins. Now let's talk about the Bruins. No,
Wait a minute. Let's
Yeah,
talk
we do.
about
Well, we
Post
do that
85.
every once in a while. Right?
Yeah, what's this thing
they're doing
about?
well.
What's this thing about celebrity bartending that they've roped me into here?
Gee, you're asking. No, I mean, I don't know. Do we want to let it out there today? Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
I'm
Sure.
good with it.
All right.
I want
well,
I want people to mark it on the calendar there.
All right. Well, we got to get the date firmed up, and I don't think there's
Oh,
going to
that's
be
right.
a problem with that. I
Okay.
really, really don't. But right now, we're talking about helping the Milk Fund out,
Right.
which a lot of organizations in Woonsocket do, and it's a great thing. So I talked to the commander and everybody down there, all the powers that be, and Post 85 wants to get involved in these Milk Fund drives. So came up with an idea, ran it by you three here at the table, and we're going to have a celebrity bartender night. And guess who the celebrities are, Dave? Just guess.
Joe Callahan,
Yes.
Melissa Murray.
Yes.
And Hulk Hogan.
And otherwise known as Dave Richards. But that's what we're going
That
to
was random.
That's what we're going to do, folks.
That one wasn't planned.
No. But we are going to
No,
have
but the three of us are going to show up.
That's
Yeah.
We're going
correct.
to do the Milk Fund auction that night.
Yeah.
And by the way, we selected Tuesday the 5th. If we have to change that, we'll announce this
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, but right now that looks pretty good.
Tuesday the 5th of December. We're going to do the Milk Fund auction from 4 to 5. Then we're all going to put on our bar aprons, right? And
Yep.
roll up our sleeves and put garters on our sleeves and stuff like that, and put on mustaches. And Melissa would look particularly
Yep.
fetching in a mustache, perhaps.
That's right. I'm going to do it.
Right. And then we're going to go behind the bar at Post 85, and we're going to serve drinks.
Yep.
That's right.
We're going
And
to
tips
sling
for the
drinks.
Milk Fund, right?
Right. All the tips that you guys get that night, and
Go to
hopefully
the Milk
we'll
Fund.
have a full house here. All the tips that you guys get that night go to the Milk Fund.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I love it.
Now, the interesting thing about it, between the three of us, who do you suppose knows more about mixing drinks?
She's already admitted it.
I have.
Well, she's
I
been to
love-
more social functions.
I
than
love
we
it. You know
have.
what? But I love a craft cocktail. I really do.
A craft cocktail.
Like a
Is that what they
craft
call them now?
cocktail. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Like
to me, a craft was something with sails and rudder.
No,
and-
like a super fancy cocktail with like lavender or
pretty stuff.
pretty stuff.
Oh dear.
Yep. Froofy,
God,
froofy drinks.
All right.
But you know what?
With an umbrella in it, right?
Oh well, that would be like a Polynesian cocktail. I love those.
Oh,
I
great.
love those. Yeah, I see. You're in the tiki bar mode
Well, right,
thing of
yeah,
thinking,
yeah.
right?
But Joe
Yeah,
and
with a
I,
pineapple.
having a drink is popping a beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't even do
not
that
a beer.
whole
I'm
lot.
not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just not a beer
We're
drinker.
very much alike that way. I mean, yeah, we have no problem having it.
Right.
We just don't very often.
like I also like a old school, like a Manhattan, or a
Yeah.
Tom Collins
Or
or something that's
Cosmopolitan.
like
My mother-in-law liked
yeah.
Manhattans.
Yeah.
Would she like me better if I knew how to make one?
they're pretty tasty. I mean, but
All
we'll
right.
have to think
so
of
anyway,
some kind of
the idea is
specialty
Post
drink,
85
right?
is taking a big chance with us.
Yes,
But
we don't know what we're
keep
doing.
in mind, a tips-trained server will be our
Absolutely.
supervisor.
And there'll
behind
probably be
100%.
more than one tips train because it's a novelty. I mean,
Yeah.
this is something that I think a lot of people are just going to flat out enjoy. And, Joe, Melissa, and Dave, you guys have been so gracious to us. We just wanted to give you guys a venue to really help out a great cause. So,
and we're going to have some fun.
we're
Yes.
going to have
Yep.
a real good time. A real
Harvey-
good
I'll
time.
make
Harvey-
the Shirley Temples.
Harvey Wallbanger, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. You know what I used to drink before I was of age?
That?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a bar in town in Pasco, and my grandmother would go. If I was with her, I would go and I would sit over at the booth, and she'd be at the bar getting a drink, and I would. But Ziggy Bonzak was the bartender and the owner of the bar, and he used to make me a strawberry shortcake, which was heavy cream and strawberry soda.
All right.
I
Wow.
loved it.
Well, it's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay,
Right, off
But
the
you were a
walls.
kid.
I was 15 or 16 or something
right.
like that. I was underage, but
Yeah, you
and I
just-
was into
at
that.
that age. You just burned off the calories.
Yeah, exactly right. I was a skinny guy when I was young. Oh boy, was I skinny!
Many, many moons ago,
But I could make those for people who don't want alcohol,
All right.
right?
many moons ago when I was a kid, and I'm talking 12, 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
I grew up in a pretty rough area of Worcester.
Right.
And on Sundays when alcohol sales weren't allowed,
Yeah.
That's
back
right.
a long time
At
ago,
Sunday at all.
we would go down this certain street in Worcester, and it would be like a little shack of a building, and they'd have a little peephole in the door and a little like doggy door underneath on a Sunday. And all you had to do was go up and knock on the door. It was
Allison,
it was $5,
$5 to get in.
and you just slip the $5 underneath the
Back when
doggy
$5 was
door,
$5.
Right.
and they'd slip you out a six-pack of beer, and they didn't care how old you were.
Wow.
But the thing is, you didn't get a chance to say, "Well,
Nobody was
I
carded.
want Budweiser or Pabst
Oh,
or
it's
whatever they
came through the door."
That's it.
what you were
Especially when you were 14 and
We
15
didn't
years
care.
old.
Could be a six-pack of
Yikes.
Bull.
and then it was a mad dash to the park
Yeah.
before the local police department saw you walking down the street
with a
it.
six-pack.
Yeah. So, but I'll tell you, those were good old days. I don't care what anybody says, man. I grew up really happy. That's all I can say.
Well,
All right, that's funny. We got to take a break on Coffee and more coming up about the Post when we come back. But this segment of Coffee has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
By getting vaccinated, washing your hands, staying home when you're sick, and seeking treatment when needed, you can help protect yourself and your community from the flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Visit health.ri.gov/respiratory viruses and talk to your doctor for more information on how to stay healthy this season. Again, visit health.ri.gov/respiratory viruses. A message from the Rhode Island Department of Health and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
Christmas in New York. The Northern Rhode Island Council of the Arts is hosting a bus trip to New York City on Saturday, December 17th. We'll get you to New York, and the day is yours. See the sights, visit a museum, see a show, whatever you like. The day is yours. Tickets are $90, and the bus will leave from the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center parking lot at 5:30 a.m. For more information or to reserve your seats, email nrica@nrica.org or call Sharon at 401-767-7432.
It's Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, and Rich Lane from Post 85. What else is going on at the Post, Rich?
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, I want to talk about Veterans Day down at the United Veteran Council Park, down at Davidson Ave.
Armed Forces Park, yeah.
That was...
you were there.
Nice.
Yeah, I was there. Melissa was there. You were there, Dave, with the OON
Bill Wheatley was there.
truck.
That's right.
We, that was so touching. It really was.
Yeah.
A lot of folks showed up, I thought, and it was nice to see some of the younger kids. There was a little girl sitting behind me, and all she wanted was an American flag. And somebody brought her that American flag, boy, and she was waving it like crazy.
Yeah.
So it was a real nice day
You
there.
had that
And
in the newspaper. Did you see the picture in the paper?
I did not.
You were in
Everybody
there.
told me I was
With your red marine sweater on it?
Was
Yeah.
it? Was it? Hopefully, it wasn't a facial shot.
No. It was a group shot. You were conspicuous in the group.
Was I?
Yeah.
Because you had red on. Yeah.
I had red on. That's what. Yeah.
And sunglasses.
Yep. But you know what I did notice, and I'll tell you what. I love all branches of the military out there. I really do. We bust each other about, what service we were in, but they were playing all the hymns. They had that
Yes,
thing where
the
they had all the
melody,
military
yes,
hymns,
right.
the melody there,
I
and
saw you stood up when the Marine hymn came.
absolutely.
you know what?
I
And there
did
were
too.
3 of them before that, and you didn't see them stand up, right? So,
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
really?
And I think the Army guys stood up only because it was the last one. They said, well, we can't let the Marine outdo us. But a shout out, and I don't know if he listens to you guys in the morning, but Father Phil was there.
Yeah.
And man, what a story for him behind him. Huh? I mean, and I have the pleasure of sitting with him at the Veteran Council meetings also, and he's just a wonderful man. He did a great service to our country as well as all the other veterans out there. So
And humble.
yeah, he really is. But and after that, I got done that day. I went down to AMVET 7, and Brian Camara, the commander down there, had a nice thing going with hot dogs and hamburgers free for the veterans, and they had a turkey trot where they raffled off some turkeys and stuff. And then I went down to my American Legion post and had a good time down there. It was quite a long weekend for me. Between the Marine Corps birthday on Friday and Veterans Day on Saturday, Sunday was definitely a day of rest. and I think I started to feel a lot better on Sunday afternoon at about 2 p.m. But it was a great weekend.
After the game was over, you just woke up and
Yeah,
had a good day.
yeah. But it was a good weekend, and was just happy to see all the people out there celebrating our veterans. And then, of course, at the Post, Thanksgiving Day, we are going to do our annual, basically all the Thanksgiving fixings on Thanksgiving Day. We start at noontime, and any veteran out there that, if you
need somebody to
you're by
celebrate with.
yourself, absolutely.
Sure.
Come on down to a real friendly place. There's no charge. Just come down and, enjoy a nice big Thanksgiving meal. You'll have some fellow veterans down there with you. I go down. My wife is not a huge Thanksgiving person.
Right.
She likes to dwarf from Halloween right into Christmas. Yeah. In fact, right now my house looks like Hallmark threw up in it. I mean, for Christmas, it's unbelievable. But she does a great job. But we're not big. She's not a big Thanksgiving person. And of course, with my daughter, my son-in-law, and my 2 grandkids, we're going to be down the post enjoying a nice Thanksgiving dinner. So, like I say, if you're with your family or you have nothing going on for yourself, give us a telephone call. Let us know if you're coming so we get a rough idea. But I think right now, our commander told me they got 5 or 6 turkeys, a couple of hams, and all the other fixings. So we're going to have a good meal and a good time. But like I said, Thanksgiving Day, noontime to, I would imagine 3 or 4 in the afternoon, we're going to have some nice food out there. So, so feel free to come down if you're a veteran and enjoy a nice meal. Another thing we're doing down there is I always like to tout our auxiliary down there. They are involved once again for the community in another little donation drive. They are collecting new blankets like they do every year right around this time of year for boys and girls that are going for the Just For You Foundation here in the Woonsocket and Smithfield area and stuff. All this stuff stays local. So what they are asking is for the rolled up blankets you see when you go inside the stores.
Just like a little fleece blanket?
Yeah, fleece blankets and things like that. The items, of course, stay in the local area for Woonsocket, North Smithfields, and Burrville communities. And the blankets are going to be delivered to Just For You by the auxiliary on December the 9th. So if you're in your local Walmart or Target store or Kohl's or anything like that and you see them little rolled up blankets, just bring it down to American Legion Post 85. When you go downstairs, you'll see we got quite a few of them there now, but we can, a blanket is a blanket, and a lot of kids like to snuggle up with a blanket during the winter time. So just, if you can find it in your heart, just do so. And, drop the blanket off. And like I said, they're going to be delivered to all these people on December the 9th. I know there's been talk by the auxiliary. They're going to one of the local public schools in Woonsocket, and they're trying to get together. And I think this is a wonderful thing. We want to try to get involved a little bit more with the community and getting these the kids in the public schools involved, because the auxiliary brings all these school items every year, with the backpacks and stuff to the local public schools. So we had a thought process of maybe having a little contest for some of the local public schools to get involved with the auxiliary, and we're talking about a Christmas card thing for veterans. So that's all in the works too, but just to let you know, our auxiliary is right on top of this, and we just, we want to try to get the community involved more, and of course that just helps our veterans organization even more getting the word out there. So, and that's pretty much about it. What's going on?
All right, Rich, you need to tell your wife take a look at the video screen. She's got to listen to that song if she hasn't already by Jimmy Buffett called "Santa Stole Thanksgiving."
No, she hasn't. But
all right.
I'm gonna. I saw an interesting little thing the other day. Going home, some guy had a lawn decoration for Christmas,
Right. Yeah.
and it was a turkey. Like Santa was lying on the ground, the turkey's on top, and said, "Wait your turn,
your
fat
turn,
boy."
All right, other things going on that we
Clever.
find at least I find amusing. The MBTA up in Boston, they only want $24 billion to make repairs. That's a B with a boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's what's needed to repair the transit system. It operates. It would cover the cost of fixing all the tracks,
That's
station
just to
signals,
fix the broken stuff, not to make it better.
and other T assets that are in need of immediate repairs. Yeah, we're not going to make it better. We're just going to fix what's there.
Right.
So are they asking the state for that money? I mean, because I'm thinking that's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, it's a private organization
Right.
that runs it. So, yeah, I guess they're going to ask the state or the federal government.
Well,
Can
yeah.
you guys kick in half, and you guys kick in half, and maybe they'll have a bake sale to make up the
Maybe.
the rest. I don't know, but they
Oh my
want.
gosh.
This is not the joke book, Callahan.
Sorry about that.
That almost sounds like they're asking to put a new engine in a rusted old car. And it'll get you there real quick there for a couple of turns. But
Then
eventually,
your bumper's gonna fall off.
yeah, eventually the bumper's
Wheels are
going to fall off and you're stuck with the brand new engine, right?
Well,
So
over the,
it-
for whatever reason, over the years, whenever track needed to be replaced, they went out to the low bidder
yeah.
and basically got the wrong tracks.
Yep.
And they worked for a little while till they cracked. And now
Right.
now the trains are derailing, and now we got delays, and it's like, well, you bought the wrong stuff. At least that's what it seems.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
I
a
can't
mess.
prove that.
Terrible.
So now we need another 24B to fix everything, buy the right stuff. So whether
Yeah,
it
that's
happens,
B.
or not,
That's
I don't know.
Yeah,
So-
the concept of $1 billion is still not is
yeah, it's
still not
crazy.
in my brain. $1 million, well, okay, it's like astronomical.
Yeah.
But $1 billion is 1,000 million, and to have multiple thousands of millions is beyond something I can get my arms
comprehension.
wrapped around. I mean, I'm still back. I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Gee whiz, that's. It was $10 billion, and then they didn't fix stuff, and so now it's $24 billion. The floggings will continue till morale improves, and thank you very much. I know what the heck that is.
Yeah, the last repair backlog goes to 2019. They only wanted $10 billion then,
Oh.
and I guess they
Oh,
didn't
they-
get it.
Right.
So now it's five. It's,
So-
it's 4 years later, and now we need more
Yeah,
money.
Pay
We need
now
24
or
billion.
pay and pay and pay and pay later, right?
That's an old. Remember the old Fram air filter commercials?
pay me now,
Pay me
pay me
now, or
later.
pay me later.
Yeah, right.
You want to change your oil filter, or you want to change your engine?
Right.
As
I
a
mean, it's true,
Massachusetts
yeah.
resident, can I give a big love, by the way, to
who?
to your airport here in the TF Green?
Oh, you sure can.
I
great.
I love that airport.
Yeah.
I had
simple,
the
easy.
I had the fortunate incident of going to pick my wife up after a trip to Oklahoma the other day at Logan Airport. Now, dropping somebody off isn't a bad thing. I mean, you
Right.
drop them off,
It's the
departing,
picking,
bye.
the
You know,
picking up is awful.
I went into their central parking garage, and look, I'll readily admit I may not be the brightest bulb on the planet, but I'm far from being the village idiot. I went to that parking garage, and I was so lost before and after. It's like going to a maze.
Mm-hmm.
But I love TF Green, and I know most of wants to say something. So I'm gonna give the
I know,
floor to-
you know.
go.
No, TF Green is wonderful. I love flying in and out of there. So easy. We're so lucky.
Yes.
I did have an update. So, 2 weeks ago, I took in a foster kitten from Providence Animal Rescue League, Parl. They were doing some HVAC updates. They said it would be about a week. Well, I said, oh, that's probably not going to happen. It'll probably be 2 weeks. And it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks yesterday. And so this afternoon, little Tyler is a girl. She is going back to Parl. Yes.
I'll
yeah.
put money on this.
Nope, she's going back to Parl, and I just wanted to let everybody know. So she's a little all black kitten, and all the little tabby kittens have gotten adopted because people just
great.
don't prefer just a black cat.
They don't. I think
No.
black cats are cool.
People don't like to adopt black dogs and black cats. They just kind of get overlooked because they're not interesting looking. So, I'm just worried that maybe her chances are a little less because she's all black kitten. She's probably about 3 or 4 months old, 3.5 months old. Very playful, typical kitten, likes cats. Probably would be okay with a dog. My dog's not great. He's a little pesky, but she really needs a companion, a cat companion. So if you are interested in adopting Tyler,
Call the radio station. Melissa wants you to
it's
have
not,
the cat.
I
and
know. Go to Parl, PARL.org, and fill out an adoption application, and you can put Tyler. And you can change your name if you want to. I probably would because I don't think she looks like a Tyler. But anyway, she's adorable and she would love another cat to play with at home. So we really hope that she gets a good home, and I would love to see a happy ending here.
All right, very good. Since it's just before, this is the last time we'll see Rich before Thanksgiving, we'll ask Rich the typical Thanksgiving question.
Go ahead.
Cranberry sauce, out of the can or the real stuff?
Oh man, come on! You gotta have that stuff with the ripples in it, baby.
right.
Out of the can.
Out of the can, that's right.
Absolutely.
Outvoted again.
Because when you cut it and you put it in your mouth and you can feel the ripples on your
Absolutely,
tongue.
man.
That's
You
the
got
best,
that, you
that's the
know.
best.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
comes out with this,
If
yeah.
you get the right piece, you got that outline
Yes.
from the can that hits your tongue. You
And
go,
you get
yeah,
that-
this is the real stuff.
I like the
Right.
homemade. I like the homemade. We do this every year, but
And you get the sound effect of it coming
Yeah.
out of the can. Plop.
Plop. So
That's how you know it's right. Now, do you
stands straight up on the plate.
That's right. It stands straight. Now, do you put the cranberry sauce can in the refrigerator first?
no.
Oh, I do. It's gonna be cold.
Well, no. I
Not
mean,
room temperature,
But
But
you,
cold.
okay, so, but you eat this year round. Like, you don't just eat it
No,
out.
well, I do. Occasionally, I'll buy one because we're gonna have chicken or something like that. Because it goes with any fowl. So
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, but I'll put it in the fridge to get it cold. This year we get 2 cans, and I'm
Do
the only
you?
one in my family that likes it. So this is like dessert.
And like, it's not you don't just take a slice, Joe. I'm sure it's
No,
half
it's a
the
can.
can. No, half the can. Yeah, yeah. You guys split the rest.
All right.
Boy.
The slices weird me out. I like
Slices
the.
of cranberry
It's weird.
sauce.
I like the real stuff.
I gotta make sure we have that
Hey.
done at the post.
There we go.
So, I'm with Joe. I've always been a jelly cranberry
Sorry,
sauce
Melissa.
guy.
Yeah,
I
I'm in the
really,
minority.
really-
It's okay. It's
and,
all right.
and I enjoy it when it's there at the feast. I really, really do.
And
But I only have one slice, Joe, because you know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
That's
I
right.
end up doing that because no one in my family likes it.
I get
They
it.
don't even like the real stuff. They just say, "Here you go, Dad.
Yeah.
It's all for you."
Yeah, what's all this stuff in my cranberry
This-
sauce? Oh, it's the actual cranberries.
Get those out of
Yeah,
here. All right, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Richard Lane, thanks for coming in.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving out there, everybody. Have a great holiday.
All right, Melissa Murray, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Dave Richards, thanks for sticking around.
You betcha. We'll see you Monday morning. Probably I'll see you wandering around the Polar Express at Depot Square this weekend.
Excellent. So, this is Joe Callahan. Have a great weekend, and stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember at 9:30 on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
Cars and trucks will now begin shifting to the newly built Henderson Bridge in East Providence. Those of you who head down that way, RIDOT says westbound traffic from East Providence to Providence is already being shifted by the morning commute today. Eastbound traffic will make the shift on Monday morning. The completion date for the entire project is summer of 2025.